My name is Christine Plummer and I'm the Sustainable Agriculture Facilitator for Western Local Land Services based in Wahroonga. The Perennial Pastures Resilient Rangelands project has been ongoing over the last 3 years. There's 3 community practice groups in this project, one at White Cliffs, one near Burke and one here at Booligal, and I'm the facilitator for the Booligal group. So this group consists of a number of neighbouring landholders. So they all share similar ecosystems as well as landscape issues. And so we brought the group together here at Humewood, all in the hopes of increasing perennial species in the system.
Simon Birth, we live at Humewood Station, which is 40 kilometres west of Booligal. Humewood's 54,000 acres, approximately sheep farm. Used to run a lot of cattle, but season dictated that we just trade cattle now, so merino operation, self-replacing. And yeah, my wife and I run in. Our biggest thing to get involved in this project was with a lot of country that probably since the 70s has been degraded, losing its variability in species, especially bush species. So we're trying different techniques to try and get those varieties and species established back on country that we knew used to be there, and it's not there now. So trying to get that diversification back into the land.
Here in Booligal, this area is really predominantly on the hay plain here, so it's saltbush plains. So it's sort of characterised by having a shrub layer with grasses in between. Really what the producers here aim for is that bladder saltbush country with a mixture of perennial grasses amongst it, as well as some copper burrs and other different annuals as well. A perennial pasture allows a more stabilised feed base, so those species are quite critical in this environment where we can have large amounts of rain over short periods and then go long periods without rainfall. So having a species that can respond to that rain is critical.
A lot of white top, hairy panic, trying to get a lot of bladder saltbush. Bladder saltbush is our main one we're targeting. Used to be very dominant. Part of the place is fantastic. Part of the place, it's just a flow-on effect from probably years of, I wouldn't say mismanagement, bad seasons, bad luck. But bladder saltbush and most of the salines is what we're targeting, plus a few grass species that have been missing for years.
So in this project we had a number of meetings with the group where we brought the landholders together to decide on what species they wanted to see increase and also what practices they wanted to try out.
Everyone's got different ideas and you bounce ideas off each other, whether it's seedlings, seeds, different variety of seeds, establishment, mechanical means or fencing. Yeah, it's really good to bounce ideas off other people to get their knowledge as well as yours. Even if it's an idea you haven't thought of, it may work.
Prior to starting this project, Simon and Caroline had established some exclosures based upon creating some seed nurseries for bladder saltbush that they had transplanted, as well as some white top that they had seeded. What was decided was that we were going to try and attempt some ponding in this landscape, which isn't a common practice here. So as there was existing exclosures, we looked at doing some ponding around those exclosures. So we have ponds across a number of paddocks that include those exclosures inside and outside of the ponds. We also invested some funds in purchasing some seed. So we seeded some of those areas as well. So there's seed inside the exclosures, outside the exclosures, in ponds, outside of ponds.
So far the project's been fantastic, especially the group we've got, virtually nearly all neighbours. Different types of land types I suppose you'd say, but everyone's sort of the same thing. They're just looking to regenerate land that we've lost the biodiversity out of and trying to get it back to a more productive system so that we get more bang for our buck when we do get rain.
So we will continue monitoring this site over the next 3 years and then hopefully continue that further on into the future, and hopefully in say 10 years time we might see a difference or we might not, but that's the whole point of trying out these demonstration sites.